Welcome, shave fans, for today's shave of the day. Today I will be using Ginger Garden's Bad River. This is a soap that's been in a pass around, so it just got passed to me and I'll be passing it on to the next person so that we could all try it. And I got both the soap and the aftershave. And it is a bay rum whiskey and it smells phenomenal. The whiskey adds an extra sweetness to it that isn't in most, bay rums, and so it's just a little bit of a change, and it's great. A great change. I've already started a lather going here, so I've got a good, creamy start to a lather. I'll add some water to my face, and we'll get started. The lather on this soap, as with all the Ginger's Garden soaps I've ever used, was almost instantaneous. It's like I touched the brush to the puck and it just went boom, and there was lather. Gotta love it. And it's a nice, luxurious lather too. And the scent is just awesome. That brush, by the way, is the Uber Soft 18 millimeter, and I 3D printed the handle for it. For my razor, I am stepping back quite a ways. This is the extremely mild razor that I got on Amazon, and it's sold under the Shaving Factory, if I remember right. And at the time I was able to get these for like $2.80, something like that. Since then they've raised their prices, but on a scale of 1 to 10 for aggressiveness, this is about a 1. So a very mild razor. But what amazes me is that as extremely mild as it is, I can still get a great shave out of it. And I have never gotten razor burn with this thing. And I've done like 6 past shaves with it. So it's amazing in that way because, and I'm just assuming this, I haven't pulled out the magnifying glass, but I'm assuming that there's no actual blade exposure. So what happens is that your skin has to kind of buckle between the safety bar and the head, and it buckles up and then the blade cuts, which means very hard to get a razor burn, but it still does cut, so it's just aggressive enough to cut. A great razor for buffing. I should mention the blade I put in here is the rainbow blade that I used. Hopefully you guys can see that. Rainbow. I used that in my Blade versus Blade, and I've used it a couple times now, and it's proven to be a very nice blade for me. Very sharp and very smooth. I don't know if you guys can hear that blade feedback, but I certainly can. All right. A great first pass. I'll continue on, finish up a couple more passes, maybe 4 or 5, who knows. And then we'll come back, talk a little bit more about the soap, and try out the aftershave. All right, just a little witch hazel. That just kind of tightens up your pores a little bit, which technically you don't need when you're using an aftershave, especially an alcohol-based aftershave like this, but force of habit, I guess. All right. So the Bay Rum Whiskey Aftershave. This stuff is really good. It is alcohol based, so be ready for the burn. It's got this lotiony feel to it as well. So it seems to add some moisturizing properties to go along with the alcohol, so it kind of balances it out, and you end up with a really nice feeling skin. So I got both the Bay Rum Whiskey and the Southern Fougere, and both of them are very nice. Well, more than nice. Both of them are phenomenal in the scent. Although for me, I'm all about the Bay Rum, so I really dig it. The soap, as you saw, was just a massive performer. I really should have probably shown the initial whip up of the lather, because it was like 3 swirls and I had lather, and it was amazing. So there is a little something in this, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but a little something in this that caused a very minor bit of irritation to my skin. And I have sensitive skin, so something just to be aware of for anybody else who maybe has sensitive skin. The irritation was so minor I almost didn't catch it though, so you're probably all right. Unless you have some sort of super sensitive skin, in which case you're probably not using the alcohol-based aftershave anyway. A quick word on the razor. This razor, as cheap as it was, it still amazes me every time I use it that I can get a great shave out of it. You know, and it's so mild, I probably won't get a baby butt smooth in most places, but I get to DFS, damn fine shave, in 3 passes. If I want to go to baby butt smooth, I got to go 4 or 5. A couple more and reduce it, just because it doesn't have much, blade exposure. But you take a really nice sharp blade like this Rainbow or Feather, the Personas, any of those really top end blades, and it can make a very mild razor into a really nice shaver. So this is, if any of you guys are having, issues with your neck or anything like that, you may want to consider switching to something super mild like this, at least for that against the grain pass, and see how it does for you. Because it's all about reducing the beard a little bit at a time instead of trying to take it all off in one whack. And so this allows you to really sneak up on it. And it also allows you to buff, which means you can go over the same spot more than once. And sometimes that's helpful if you have crazy hair like I do down in my calic area. All right, guys. Well, I just had a phenomenal shave. I hope you do too.